Jen, who plays our wood elf monk, Sumiko. And it's me, and I play Samaria.
The high elf.
She's the high elf player. I play Samaria, and I'm Samaria. So Insight Check is a stream that we have. Hi, Miss Tiny Pickles. Insight Check is a stream that we have where we talk about our campaign outside of the campaign. We answer questions from the chat, and we also bring questions of our own. So if you guys have anything that you want to ask about last session, ooh, just thinking about last session. Yeah, you can ask, but if you want to just listen to us answer the questions that we have, you're welcome to do that as well. We do interact with the chat, so here we are. Hi, Sting Like a Ray.
Hey, Ray.
Imagine seeing you here.
Wow.
Or are we lagging? No. Imagine seeing you here when your ship was heavily involved with last session. All right. So, I have some questions. Are you guys ready to get started? Do we have any announcements? I don't think we do.
I don't think so.
Nope.
Nope.
I think they.
Oh, the giveaway.
It was going on,
yeah,
right?
we do have a giveaway still going on. It's going on until Sunday, and it'll end Sunday at 5 p.m. It is a giveaway with Ambient Realms, our lovely sponsor, and they have provided us with a with $210 worth of ambient music, sound effects, all kinds of other stuff that you can use at a D&D table or any tabletop role-playing game table. Fantastic giveaway to enter if you're a DM, or if you have a DM,
tag them
to whom you want to give all of this stuff, because it is spectacular. It's a lot of really neat stuff. I don't know if you guys have listened to it, but it's well, of course you have it.
Yes,
you play it on our table.
sure
Sorry,
at some point.
Jordan uses it and he loves it.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right.
You can have our music.
Yeah, same music
Literally.
as Chaos Conductors.
Wow.
The exact same music, because those are the sound packs that we use.
You can play it while you're listening to us over the sounds that are already happening, if you're into that type of stuff.
Exactly. So visit our social media for information on how to enter that giveaway. All right. After that, I don't think we have any more announcements. Our stream's going to be on Friday this week instead of on Sunday, and I'll say that again at the end.
We're going to record Friday.
Are we not? We're not live on Friday? Oh, okay. Well, we'll be in that case broadcasting on Sunday at the exact same time. I thought we were going to do both. Because we're going to be at Playthrough. So if anyone's in the Raleigh area, the Playthrough Gaming Convention is in Raleigh. And who's going? Jordan's going. Are you guys going?
That remains to be seen.
That's fine. So you may or may not be able to find the majority of, or the minority of, the Chaos Conductors at Playthrough Gaming
But
Convention
you can get
this weekend.
DM'd by Jordan. Because
Yes.
he's going to be a game master there. So.
He is, and they have all kinds of tables. They have tables for people who are brand new, who have never made a character before. They'll help you make a character, and they have tables for more experienced players too. So it sounds like it's going to be a great time.
Indubitably.
Now, without further ado, we'll get into the questions. So, first off, not 5 minutes into the session without the party having any time to celebrate having beaten Bisno, Sumiko realized that Tatiana wasn't recovering properly from the ritual, and panic ensued. How was your character feeling after having that moment of triumph ruined? I mean, you were the one who discovered her. Like, what was going through your head?
I don't know if I felt like the triumph was ruined. It was just kind of like, when is this gonna end?
Yeah. Bisno
Like,
from beyond the grave.
Yeah.
How long do we have to deal with the Bisno and his, I guess, aftermath now?
Mm-hmm.
Like, are we done with him, or is he still just gonna be lingering forever?
Oh.
Like,
We're not done.
well, we're
Until we go to the abyss.
right,
Mm.
right. It's gonna be a while till we're like
That's how
done,
Tatiana feels.
But I don't know. Leading up to the fight, Sumiko wasn't really too concerned, and then during the fight, it was like, oh wow, this is a lot more intense and a lot more dangerous than she thought it was gonna be.
Mm.
And I was very close to dying in the end. Not as close as Samaria,
Oh.
but
She was outie.
Yeah, I had 8 hit points. But I don't know. Sumiko's oblivious to most things, and so
That's
I think the fear sector is very small.
For her, yeah. I'd say so. She's just all about
it's
getting
just,
into everything she possibly can.
she just keeps going.
Which I appreciate.
She is going through a lot of growth.
We'll talk about that.
Yes.
Like a flower, she is blooming,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Well,
growing emotions.
Yeah.
All right, Varian, how are you feeling?
Not good.
Yeah.
Not good. When Tatiana's out, there's like a leadership vacuum.
That there is.
So
we're all just sitting there.
yeah,
There.
I'm just like kind of holding.
Yeah.
Like, hey guys, you ready to go?
Just like
Our monk might actually lose her monkeyness if we linger. So we should probably go.
Yeah.
Oh, we found a dagger. That's cool. Let's go over here.
Yeah.
Oh, nobody cares about Amartus. Let's just get out of here.
Yeah. Lute had some surprising animosity toward Amartos. He kind of took over the like
you're not getting out of eyesight from me.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting. He's always so like happy-go-lucky.
Yeah.
But this time he was like, nah, I'm handcuffing this dude to me. Yeah, I don't know if Tatiana's gonna have the same animosity that Amartos expects her to, though.
I don't know either. Like we discussed, she's gonna have this upsurge of all these emotions she's been suppressing. So there's no way to tell how that's gonna
pan out.
Yeah, I know that as a player, I wasn't expecting for Virion to have strong feelings about Amartos. I was expecting to forgive. That was stupid, buddy, but
yeah,
you did what you had to do for your loved one. That did not happen. It was like, nah, fuck you. Nothing's worth this. You're an ass. And hope you're happy with yourself.
I was anticipating that a little bit better.
I wasn't
about Virion. Probably because of the playlist. There are some angry songs on that playlist.
There's only 4. And every time I listen to it on shuffle, they get played in a row.
Yep.
Thanks for reminding me, Spotify.
You just reminded me I have to remove one of my songs.
What song?
Bodies.
Sweetest way. It's just bodies.
Yeah. I put it in the beginning because prior to us streaming, Sumiko swam through a lake of dead bodies.
Oh yeah.
But now the Bisno fight, there's literally bodies hitting the floor, so it feels more appropriate to move it to that section of my playlist.
Yeah. Okay.
How's Samaria feeling about no downtime?
Not great. She was kind of anticipating being able to. She and Val talked before the Bisno fight about her going home, and he had basically said like, "Don't go. We need you. You have use here." And she had sort of eventually when he was finally like, "Yeah, I get why you want to go back. I disagree, and I think you should stay because we have a use for you." She was like, "Okay, as long as you understand." That validates my thinking that I should go back, and also lets me sort of make this decision more myself. And so she was looking forward to having that conversation with the group and being like, should I stick around?
Mm-hmm.
And then she really didn't have a choice as to whether or not she should stick around. It was just like we're
right,
going.
Come on.
Yep.
Which is
through a fucking tree, and she was just like, ugh.
I mean, that's kind of an answer, right? We were like, all right, well,
see ya.
Thanks, peace. Good luck with your 1 HP, and
see you never.
Yeah, see you whenever.
Yeah. So she's still very much thinking about that. That's on her mind.
Okay.
She thinks the longer she stays with the group, the more danger they're in.
Such is the case with most of us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have a Val, so.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and that situation's happening. We're going to talk about that too. So, having to return to the monastery felt like a step backward for the shadows, but some interesting things happened there. Library scene first. Virion, you went to look for this book.
Yeah.
What was that about, my dude?
I was talking to Jen on the way here about it. I don't really want to answer.
Ah.
There is a history with deals and demons among friends and family.
That there is.
He's just trying to get some information, like he said. Best way to dodge something is to know everything about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a complete lie. I mean, it was the truth, but it wasn't
But
the
it's-
whole truth.
But it's a lie to an extent.
Yeah, about his intentions.
To what extent?
No extent right now, because I'm not going to share that. It's a secret.
Secrets.
So I'm sorry. It's a secret.
At least you have motive. When I went to that same library, I was like, I'm just gonna try and get through the gate, and instead I became friends with the guy in the book, which I can't remember his name right now, but
Strobe light guy.
he gave me a title, and we're like friends, so I feel like he would have let
That's
me
true.
back in
Yeah, he
there.
gave you a
His name
title.
Benny or something.
I have it in
I don't
my
know if I wrote
notes,
it
but I
down.
didn't bring my notebook last session. But I feel like I could have gotten in there and gotten you that book, now that I think about it.
Probably, but you were too busy being Val.
I was. I don't think Loot even noticed I was there.
It was just like, okay, then moved right on.
Your Val impression was on point, so it was.
Yeah, the lead. The lead.
And the drink.
Yep.
The shrugs.
I mean, is there really any more to Val? No.
No.
If given unrestricted access, what info would your character look for and want to know?
In the library?
In the library, yeah.
Samaria doesn't do much with books, man.
I've been reading a lot lately.
If someone was like, there's a restricted or section of the library you're allowed in it, she'd be like, cool, and then never visit. Your girl doesn't read.
I feel like I've written or gotten access to all the books in one way or another that Virion would want to have access to, which is like about the black market for dragon-born eggs, that deals with demons, like the enchanted dragon land that's supposedly a fairy tale or whatever.
Right.
All that stuff. So I don't really know right offhand if there's anything else.
I feel like anything Sumiko would be looking for is already unrestricted.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know if there is something like off limits that she would be looking for. In particular, like I can't think of it at this moment right now, because everything she's been looking for has been general.
Yeah,
like morals or ethics and religion and places. So unless there's something secretive like about a place or something, that's the only thing I can think of.
Would she understand the draw of a restricted section at all?
I think she understands the fact that restricted means you can't get in there.
Right.
But that's fine.
Does that make her want to go in at all then?
No. She's just indifferent.
Trickster cleric.
I wonder if there are ledgers of different towns and different libraries, or if they're just if there's ledgers for like nobility and like kind of like a census type situation. If that's like only within a town, or if that's kept like region or worldwide somewhere else in like a capital. Because like your parents or your mother was stricken from the record in your town, but maybe not somewhere like Stonehaven.
True.
So I wonder if that would be a thing. Because Varian is very curious about your mom. He's got some suspicions.
But Mary is not at all.
No?
She doesn't want to know anything about that bitch. She actually told Val at one point that if they ran into her, she wasn't sure if her mother would make it out of the encounter alive.
Oh man.
She was like, part of me really wants to put an end to her. Just because of all the shit that her mom put her through. By not being there. Why is Virion curious?
Huh?
Why is Virion curious?
It's another... He suspects her of having made a deal with someone.
Ooh. That's nerve-wracking. Because of the locket?
Yeah. And because it was kept under control and it was hers.
Yeah.
So.
It was. What if a book fell off the shelf? What book?
don't know if a book fell off the shelf.
I don't know. I was just thinking if the fact that you're saying about
And it said Samaria's mom. She'd probably kick the book and walk away. She does not like her mother.
Did the book just make your mom joke? Possibly.
That would be super. Yeah, I guess your mom jokes wouldn't really work on Samaria because she'd just agree with all of them.
Maybe, unless it was like your mom was a very nice and thoughtful woman. Maybe, I don't know.
Samaria would like come from a mile away. That's all you gotta shout, like in a crowd to find her. She'd just like,
who said that? Let me at him.
Okay, that bitch was no good. All right, the party later returned to Stonehaven. Speaking of Stonehaven, with an unconscious Tatiana in tow, after being told that Eno's revitalizing tea could help restore her to health. How's everyone feel about being back?
Nice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Stonehaven? Feelings? Thoughts?
We've been there once.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least I think I've only been there once. So I don't feel like I've seen a whole lot of it. So it'd be cool to see some more.
Yeah.
Because I've also only really interacted with Trixen like twice. It's not been a lot. Pretty much the whole party when you think about it. Because Lute is new, Sumiko's new, Samaria's new.
Yeah.
So like all the original party members are kind of the only ones who know everybody and have been everywhere, it feels like.
Did we meet Lute in Stonehaven?
Oh, we probably, yeah, I think we did. I think that's where.
Yeah, because he was
Rice
like
switched
friends with
out.
the queen and everything like that.
Was the queen in Stonehaven?
She is in Stonehaven.
Yeah, she was at the time, and then that's when we walked in on her, and she was having to deal with that.
Right.
I think I forget
Big
that
bad.
Stonehaven is as big as it is.
Yeah, it's like the major city
It
on this
feels
continent.
like it's like there's another city within that city.
Yeah. The name makes it sound like kind of like a little hamlet. But
That's true.
yeah.
It has like tiers and like stuff like that too. Kind of like Northland, how it had its sectors, except for it's just huge and it has tiers of like not wealth, but like I don't know, like occupation maybe.
Or just station.
Yeah.
Like class.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I feel like Jordan said it was like working, like people like blacksmiths and leather workers and stuff like that on one tier where everyone lived, and then maybe there might have been like a noble tier or like military tier.
Yeah. So like districts based on what the places are used for.
Yeah.
Like a mercantile district.
Yeah.
Versus a residential. Okay. How will the party's combo with the queen go?
Here's your glasses.
I keep forgetting those are hers.
They are hers.
They're from
They're from her castle.
Yeah,
I just took
you
them.
stole them. Yeah. Oh man.
That's where the thievery starts.
Where it all went down. Are you really gonna give them back?
Yeah.
Dang.
I don't need them anymore.
I'm ready for that. I'm really curious about that. I don't know how she'll react to having had those stolen from her.
I don't think she's gonna care.
I don't know, I've never
She
met the
likes
queen.
elves, and
She does like
Sumiko's
elves.
like a ray of sunshine.
The queen's gonna
She's a high
love
elf.
you, probably.
I don't even know if Sim's gonna go in with you guys. Or if she's just gonna like hang back
Just
and be
hang out
like,
outside.
I don't want her to recognize me, you know?
True. Forgot
I
about
think-
the whole noble thing.
Yeah, I think the queen probably knows her dad, and Mary looks a lot like her dad.
I feel like that drama would be fun though.
Yeah. Yeah, well.
Well, you have the hat of disguise now. You
Yeah.
could try it out
That's
for the
true.
first time.
And just be another high elf.
Yes.
Because God knows she's not gonna be another race.
Or you could go in, and there could be 2 drow with us now.
You could just change like your hair and like something on your face or something.
Oops.
We talked about the potential for Samaria to come back as a drow if you were to have to do the reincarnation spell. We were just like, it would not.
She
go
wakes
well.
up,
Yeah.
looks at herself, and is like,
Somebody kill me. Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
I don't know. I have some questions for the queen, but it's not really related to Bisno. I'll let someone else like get the reward or whatever probably Val
Sort it out.
get the reward or whatever.
Yeah, because
If-
he'll enjoy doing that.
Yeah, if we get one. But nah, Virian's got questions about his daddy for the Queen
Ooh.
and Amartos.
What questions?
Anything about him
Yeah.
because, well, about like his passing, I guess. So, because that was like a year ago, canon. So he found a diary entry from his dad saying that like numbers were dropping, stuff like that. So once it was killing them, but it was only one page. So gotta find out who.
Yeah. Dang. Is there anything Sumiko wants to say to the Queen besides "Here are your glasses back"? No. We're just gonna let that moment pass.
Like, the only thing I remember from that castle is I tried to help people get into places they weren't supposed to with my cat. And,
Oh yeah, it was a good plan.
yeah. And other than that, I mean, Sumiko most of the time is just going with the flow. And just kind of doing whatever she can to help. But she's not scared of the Queen, but she's also not like, Queen is like her friend or anything. She's just kind of, the Queen's the Queen.
Queen is the Queen.
Queen is the Queen.
Also, I'm gonna have plenty of insight checks during that conversation because she kind of just pieced and didn't tell us anything.
Yeah.
I should do that. I have very high insight.
You and I both should make some insight checks.
I always forget.
I will stay away from that. What if Kelsora had something to do with the murder of Virian's father?
Well, since that's coming from Jordan, what if?
What the fuck, Jordan?
What if she did? Is that like, what if I told you that, don't quote me on this, but in this world that I made up, this character that I made up killed the character that you made up, and you were trying to find out answers about it. That's how I read that.
Ooh. Yeah.
Well, then I would probably try to be hunting down Kelsora to get some answers. Not necessarily to
Beat up on her.
Yeah, just to find out why.
The thing is, we have to remember too that Xena was trying to protect Kelsora's...
Jordan's in your username, Jordan. Bud?
Kelsora's brother was captured in being held captive in the castle.
Oh yeah.
And Xena was very protective of trying to get them out.
Uh-huh.
So there's I feel like there's that part too, where even if Kelsora maybe did do something, but maybe it was something because they were separated.
Huh.
Or survival, or if you're a kid and you don't know who's trying to hurt you. Ooh. Or take you away.
Ooh.
I guess that's the one thing, but Sumiko's that's the other thing she's gonna remember is we were trying to save a kid.
Yeah.
He looked normal.
He's kind of normal. I think
he
they
looks
had
like a kid.
I think they had different colored eyes. They had some other aspects that led us to believe that there was something about this kid. Also, he was in a magical cell, in the Queen's castle. So why? Pourquoi?
You're thinking about it deeper than Sumiko would, though.
Okay.
I guess that's... Are you playing Sumiko right now?
I mean...
Gotta stay in the headspace.
Oh yeah, I'm a method actor. I'm Smerry all week. It's horrible. No. Is there anything else that anyone wants to do in Stonehaven besides go see the Queen?
Go to the pit.
There's a lot of stuff in Stonehaven. Is the pit in Stonehaven?
I think it is.
Is it?
Isn't the pit in Stonehaven?
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in a scare. It's in
gonna go to the pit. Gonna kick some ass.
Well, Val has yet to tell Sumiko what the pit actually is.
We're assuming it's
where
a
it is.
pit, aren't we?
Sumiko doesn't know that. She just thinks it's a pit, and Val went there, and it must be cool. That's the same thing
Must be a good time.
The same thing with trying to get into the Thirsty Tiger because he said no. She's like, well, I'm gonna go now.
Yeah. Because
that's always been her mindset of Val. Yeah. She doesn't really. She just thinks he's always hiding something good.
Mm-hmm. Like kids with their parents, where they're just like, "Well, Mom, because you told me no, now I got to do the thing."
That's the relationship between Sumiko and Val.
Yeah. Oh, that's terrible. Because he is hiding things.
Yeah. There's nothing else you want to do? I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Just like that to see if I can get some information
That's
out.
an interesting smile there, Ben. That was, yeah, I feel like the
Stop!
eyebrow was not out of character.
It's a secret.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I didn't even know that when I asked that question. Jen has a secret.
Jordan, you can't say that.
Oh, I read that and didn't even realize that was a name.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
Thank you, Ray. And we are Cozy the Duchess. What was I gonna say? Oh. Anything Miriam wants to do now that we're back in Stonehaven before I move on to the dating question, because I'm gonna skip to that shit.
Maybe give his sis a hug.
Actually, it's the next one.
Give his sis a hug.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just kind of walked right past her with purple-haired woman and just didn't say hi.
Because the purple-haired lady.
We just went straight into the basement. Like, hey.
Yeah, definitely would have given her a hug. Maybe had like a short chat.
Sumidane. That's actually like a really pretty name for another character.
Sumidane.
That's their baby's character, or their baby's name.
If they have a baby.
If they, well, she
Do
knows
we
how
go?
now. Do we go? Do we go would be so much better.
I do like that name.
I was gonna say Danico.
Man, I wanted to keep this a secret
Danico.
because this character hasn't been on the stream yet, but now everyone's gonna know.
I think it's appropriate, because the next question is, Sumiko, Sumeri, and Val had quite the experience trying to find someone to forge Sim's new papers. How is Sumiko feeling about all her new knowledge?
She's confused.
Yeah.
Because
it wasn't explained super,
well, it's not just that, it's the
explicitly.
reasoning. Like, she's in this gray period of, like, I don't know what's right and wrong. I don't know where my morals are. I don't know what to believe in. And now on top of it, she's learned that patrolling is a thing, but then she doesn't know why people patrol, and there's two different reasons, and they're very conflicting. And so
doesn't know why people patrol, and Val and Sumeri are just like, we don't know why we're doing it either, man. We don't know. We can't help you with that. Like, holy, oh god.
And like, I feel like she still wouldn't. Can you just imagine her trying to understand how that even happens? Like,
Nope.
how do you start patrolling to, like,
You just walk up to someone, hey, want to patrol? That is actually how it happened when the one time that she knew that it was happening was like, hey, want to go patrol? Ooh.
Right, she probably thinks that's what you're supposed to do now, though.
Oh,
Is
God.
Sumiko ace?
Is Sumiko ace? That's an interesting question.
What does that mean?
So, I'm ace. I know Jenny knows. I don't know if anybody else knows. Asexuality is a lack of experiencing sexual attraction. So that's an interesting question to pose, because honestly, when Sumiko on stream was like, why do people patrol? I was like, well, I don't know. I was like, okay, Val can take this one. But yeah, that is interesting. Does Sumiko experience sexual attraction at all, or is she just devoid of that?
I haven't really thought about it. She was in a monastery for the longest time.
Uh-huh.
And I'm still trying to figure out that time period.
Yeah.
But in my head, she's definitely never had a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
She's never experienced any of that. So I wouldn't say necessarily that she wouldn't experience those feelings, but maybe she's never noticed or
hasn't had
understood that was happening.
Yeah, hasn't had like a word for it or a definition for it.
Right. Because I don't think she understands those interactions. It's like with the glasses, where like people are like, "Oh, I'm in love with you now." Like, she doesn't really understand, or she didn't understand that was like a
thing that people feel.
Yeah, I guess.
Gotcha. Interesting.
I guess.
That is an interesting thought.
Yeah, or yeah, exactly. Doesn't
Doesn't have a word or a
She's
definition
a
for
little
it.
kid when it comes to that stuff. Just straight up a child.
Yeah. Well,
The biggest area.
who was she thinking of when Samaria mentioned romantic feelings?
Definitely Dane. I didn't want to bring that up yet, but it's the only person I think that she like interacted with, and they were like the same level of like awkward and like
I collect
kinda-
artifacts.
they're like they're a
Clueless.
little cute nerdy boy.
Yeah.
Um,
Milo Thatch from Atlantis is how I've heard him described.
Mm,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
that's accurate. Except for shorter, I think.
Uh-huh.
Is he shorter than me?
I don't know if he's shorter than you. I just think he's short, relatively speaking.
I don't know, but they
Well,
have
as a
like
Dragonborn, everyone's short.
I feel like
To you.
she has a comfort in that type of thing because
In the nerdiness?
well, no, and like the awkwardness.
Oh.
Yeah,
Because he's the one
Um,
person who isn't looking at her funny when she's awkward. Oh.
yeah, and
That's
she
really
and she
cute.
never used the glasses on him. In fact, that
Mhm.
was prior to her having the glasses.
To be fair, the only time that Virion looked at her funny was when she was swimming in a lake of dead bodies. Everything else is
This ship is
fine.
sailing. Yeah, I ship it.
So
Yeah. Oh, she's definitely thinking about him. Like she wants to go back to see him. Which is why she got the dagger as a gift.
Mm-hmm.
But she still needs to get it cleaned, so she'll probably bug Loot about that pretty
Oh, yeah.
soon, because it's covered in blood. I'm assuming.
ooh, dude picked up a sword.
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
Ooh.
That's different.
Yeah. Ooh. We didn't talk about that.
Yeah.
You picked up what?
We
Well,
probably
Luke
should.
picked up a sword that was like split in half.
It was Amartos' sword.
I kind of wanted to get something like that, but then
Yeah.
I was like, Sumiko
I
wouldn't
mean-
really be thinking about that. She would just be thinking about, let me grab something from this historical moment.
If it lost all of its power, then it would be harmless in a collection such as Dane has,
Mm-hmm.
and I could even mend it for him.
Mm-hmm.
She does want to help him.
Maybe
grow
not.
his-
Maybe he'd like it better with the crack in
That's
it.
true. Maybe he wants it broken.
Yeah. That voice too, when the boyfriend shows up to the house to take his daughter on a date. Kid be dated. Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh man. Who would this someone else be though? This is not gonna be Samaria.
Wait, I don't
Probably
understand.
Tatiana, I feel like.
Do you miss your
I've never seen that.
parents? Or...
You've never seen Bad Boys 2?
No, I have to watch it now.
You will have to watch it now. That's also where the when Samaria called Val a spider and Jordan and Jeff were both like, ooh, sa, that's where that comes from as well.
There's two questions here too.
Are there?
Yeah, so we don't lose them before the chat.
Skip the first
Okay.
one.
Virion,
Skip the first one.
what would happen if he saw his brother
Skip it.
in his current emotional state? Okay, we're
Nah.
skipping it. Sumiko, do you ever think about your close loved ones? Do you miss them?
She
Your
definitely thinks about her family. Even more so now. Like it's kind of like been her driving force to what she does, you know, this idea that she wants to do as much good as she can.
Mm-hmm.
But lately a lot of other people's family have come into the picture. She's met Val's family, she's met Tatiana's family, she has technically met one person from Virion's family. Your sister.
Oh yeah.
And like everybody's families are coming more into the picture, and they just had this big battle, so she's definitely thinking about home and
We
missing
should
home.
all have a
and
big family reunion
she hasn't
in Agora.
she hasn't been home in 70 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like the last time she was home was when she was 7.
Like 72 years, yeah.
So she definitely wants to go back home, but she's not gonna bring it up right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not a priority, and she doesn't want that to take over.
I think the rest of the group would be open to it though.
Right now, she doesn't know the state of her home, or like
Home
who's
reunion.
still there,
It's
or
tough. find
She
out.
might not even remember how to get there.
Samaria would have asked about Sumiko's.
Agora's not far
Hometown.
away from Kangron.
Yeah,
It's
would've-
right above it.
Would have asked about it if they'd stayed up in the church and not gone down to the brothel.
She was definitely going down to the brothel, though.
Yeah, I feel that.
If Val said no, that's a yes.
Yeah.
He's trying to trick
Always
her.
let in.
He's always trying to
Some
trick
other
her.
time.
She's scared.
To know the truth about what's happening in the hometown.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I mean,
It's kind of like when you don't want to look at your bank account because you think it might be a little low. And just like,
If I don't look, it'll be okay.
yeah, I mean, a little bit, right? You avoid it for a few days. Except for in this case, it's like a few decades.
Decades.
So,
Well, that's elves, you know.
yeah. I
That's
guess
just how
that's
they
true.
are. A couple of decades. Don't matter. I think Samaria would understand her wanting to go home, though, and would be supportive of that.
yeah, I feel like this is like that big thing on her. She has
To-do list.
a journal that she writes down every time she does something good. And I feel like this is like the big thing that she could go home now, or at
Mhm.
least try to go home.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have a question here.
Samaria with all this newfound freedom and no one telling her what to do, what does she want? She has no fucking clue. She does not know. Val's
Wow.
been asking her that for, yeah, well, she's got that. Val's been asking her that for the past 2 months, and she still has no answer for him. She has no clue. She knows she wants to go home. Do any of the characters see Val as a liability? Trouble follows him, it seems. I have
Yes.
another question that's similar to this.
Yes, Varian sees him as a liability, which is why the whole potion, the whole love potion thing happened.
Yeah.
So that was to get some information because he was not forthcoming. So
Does he see him as a worthwhile liability? Like, does the reward of Val outweigh the risk?
yeah, Val's a friend. He's a best friend. He's the whole group's best friend. So I think at this point, Varian would do just about anything for anyone in the party,
Mm-hmm.
sans Samaria, because he's known her for 2 days. Or however long it took
2 long ass days.
to meet and then go to
like 5 days.
yeah.
We had a few campfires.
So it's like
nights
I mean
on the way to
he's
business, right?
automatically like
I don't
fond
know.
of you because
No.
that's him. But
As a person, yeah.
yeah, so he's just like, cool. You can battle as cool as well as Val can. That's neat.
Better
Wish I
than
could be
Val
like
can.
you guys, which is why I try to do the whole somersault thing.
Oh,
But
that was so good.
yeah, he does think Val is worth it, of course.
Aw,
He's not gonna make any deals, with no demons though.
yeah, that's fair. I think Varian and Val have a lot in common in terms of their feelings about that. And their feelings about, like, things getting brought back from the dead.
Yeah, Val's feelings were founded much earlier,
Mm-hmm.
before Varian was born. But yeah, Varian has the same feelings now.
Yeah. I guess we're gonna skip the next few questions that I had because the next few questions I had were for. Well, no, Jeff's in the chat.
Do we want to do the other one about trusting Luke?
Oh, do any of your characters truly trust Lute? I think he's made it clear that he's in it for the story. Do you think he cares enough about you all to prioritize you? I don't know that Samaria truly trusts anyone in the party.
I think the only person, or the only characters that Sumiko truly trusts are Val, Varian, and Tatiana.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't distrust
That makes
Samaria,
sense.
but
No, but
Lute,
that makes sense.
the fact that he's only in it for the story, like she wouldn't think that's like a
Bad thing.
bad thing, but I
Right.
think over time she's gonna be like, that seems like a bad reasoning to do the things that you're doing,
Yeah.
because she has this notion of like
Right.
good, and like she would think, or she would currently think that Lute would be. She wouldn't know if he would be truly sad if like someone died.
Yeah.
Because he's always made this like, I want more for the story, and the fact that when we first got to the library, he's trying to get more stories instead of
Luke.
trying to get more stories instead of like maybe something for the group, or like that's kind of like the difference between Sumiko and Lute is Sumiko does want to like go home and do all these things, but that's never going to be more important to her than helping other people.
Oh yeah.
Whereas Lute is like, I want story, I want story, I want story.
And he'd sell us out for it if
She
I was gonna
totally
say-
believes that he
I was
was.
gonna say, yeah, what if Lute is our like Darth Jar Jar, where he's like this, look at me, and then like secretly he's like, I'm puppeteering all of this.
Right.
He could like betray us just for the better of the
Yeah.
story.
Yeah. So I would say she doesn't trust him. I think she enjoys like the possibilities of like pulling a prank with him like they did
right.
in the cave, because she's trying to be more sneaky, which is partly why she like wants to do whatever Val's doing or following
right.
Val, because it's like the first sneaky person that she's like truly interacted with for this long. But I don't know. Lute is a little sketchy, I guess.
Hey, Kafuffin. Welcome
Hello.
back. We're talking about last session.
Oh, yeah, happy birthday. Again.
Again, yeah.
Maybe that's what the cake is for.
All right. I did have a question about, well, okay. So Sumiko, it has now been revealed, saw Val and Samaria.
Mm-hmm.
How was Sumiko feeling about Val telling Samaria? Sumiko didn't know prior to that Val knew that she'd seen them. He hadn't revealed that. How does she feel knowing she got caught?
Whatever. I mean, like...
She doesn't know why it's so bad that she got caught.
No, she doesn't understand why it's bad, which is why she reached out to Fred. She's like, should I tell them I'm here? Like, she doesn't understand the consequences of, like, walking in on somebody.
Can you imagine if Fred had been like, yeah, probably, and she just burst out of the bushes like, hey, guys!
Fred said I should tell you guys I saw you guys patrolling, and you guys are like, who the fuck
It's Fred, yeah.
If that had happened, she definitely would have done that. Hands down would have done that. Would have jumped out and been like, hey, guys!
Oh, no. Oh, no, that would have been so much worse.
I forgot the question.
It's just, how's she feeling about the fact that Val not only saw her, but has now ratted her out to Samaria as well?
If anything, maybe relieved. Because
Okay.
Fred told her not to say anything, but
Right.
now it's already been made known. So now she's gonna be like, well, because they know, is that okay for me to tell the rest of the group that this happened?
That was another
And
thing.
that's gonna be the part where she's like, I guess I shouldn't say that.
Because Samaria asked her to keep it a secret. Is she going to?
She would. I mean, she doesn't.
She's kept secrets so far.
She has kept secrets.
Mhm.
I feel like the only way she would. I mean, even when it was like Val's family, she didn't break that immediately. It was outed because of like the circumstances that were going on, but she didn't out the secret.
Right. Man.
And just that whole scene
Varian still
was
doesn't know.
nice. No.
No.
I don't know that. He would be like, I mean, you ever watch Parks and Rec?
Mm-hmm.
You ever, like, when Leslie's reaction when good things happen to their friends, like when Ron was getting married to Diane, she was like, I didn't know. What? Okay, we gotta celebrate. Okay, pretend this is rice. And like throwing, that would be pretty much Varian. Like, Val has feelings for somebody.
Oh no!
Because
Right, that's like the biggest thing that I feel like our characters are like, oh, they're gonna get married. We can plan a wedding. Like you're joking.
I can be the ring bearer.
You're joking with Sumiko, but Sumiko thinks this is like legit.
So this is something that I know that Jenny and Ray are going to want to talk about. So I'm going to ask it. Mostly for them, but also so that Jeff can respond to it in chat. Sumiko asked, after finding out that people who patrol together sometimes have feelings for each other and sometimes don't, asked Val and Samaria if they had feelings for one another. And rather than either of them responding right away, they looked at each other. And then Val said, "It's complicated," at the same time as Samaria said, "I don't think so." Jeff, why did Val say it's complicated? Because I know that Jenny and Ray want to know. No.
Yes, you're gonna type it out?
Copy and paste it, bitch. You did it twice already.
Why?
And then, yeah, I guess I will talk about Samaria's answer as well. Yeah, you're not here. You can copy and paste it. I know you're at a desktop. So the reason Samaria had said, "I don't think so," and the reason she hesitated was because her first thought was, shit, what if Val does have feelings for me? We haven't talked about this. If he says yes and I say something else, he's gonna look real stupid and he's gonna be embarrassed. What can I say that's not going to embarrass him either way that he answers? Thus, I don't think so. Val had the same thought. What if she says yes and I say no? And then she's embarrassed. And then this was why he said it's complicated. And that is copy and pasted. See, it's not so hard. So for those of you who might be listening, but not necessarily watching the chat, Jeff says, if you think about it, the last time Val was in a relationship was with Zara, who was his partner in the Thieves Guild. He said, no attachments, no feelings, etc., etc. It's what drow do. After that, anything else would have been meaningless. He also never wrote in, Jeff never wrote in any other relationships. Kessel was the same, Val and Samaria. They just kept it under wraps because, well, race and her status. And now that they're back with the group, he's picked up on the group constantly watching them, giving looks, and it's hella confusing to him because A, people are acting weird around them. I'm gonna go find the rest of that unless Jeff sends it to the thing.
I have thoughts about that.
Oh yeah? What thoughts are those? That isn't all of it. It cut off.
It cut out. There's no such thing as a weird arrow.
It cut out.
I can get one.
I think Jeff has, or Val has a weird arrow right now.
So it's oh, that's embarrassing. It's hella confusing because A, people are acting weird around it. B, people are watching. And C, he doesn't understand why they are. So, too long didn't read. Since when did sleeping with someone get so fucking complicated?
Like that.
So there are 3 types of confusion around sex in our campaign.
There are.
Okay.
Val's like, why does it mean so much to people? Samaria's like, why does it mean so much? Well, no, she understands why it means a lot to people because a lot of the other people she has slept with have been in Kangron and have been like, so eventually we'll get married and then like I'll be the Canuron like your dad. And she's like, this isn't going that far. So she's kind of on the opposite side of things where she completely understands why she understands people assuming that things are more than they are because she also has never had any like real relationships. She's only had like fuck buddies.
Yeah.
This is kind of how she rolls.
Yeah.
And then the third type of confusion,
Sumiko doesn't
Sumiko
understand
having no
understand the activity of patrolling and what it means and what it's for.
Mhm.
Or why people do it. Just not all aspects confused.
Yeah.
And if anything, if she goes up to Dane and goes, "You want to go patrolling?" He's gonna think that she wants to go for a walk.
Patrolling what? Oh no. Oh no.
So I don't know which one of these thoughts are going to be shorter.
Mm.
He said there's no attachments or feelings for Zara. But Zara made it into his deepest, darkest, like,
Yes.
mind prism. So I don't really buy that.
Well, I'd say
Unless something bad happened to her and that was his fault, or he feels bad about it even though it's not his fault, or something like that, I guess.
gotcha. I think we're gonna find out about some of that next session.
Okay.
Talking with purple-haired lady.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like we're gonna find out about it next session.
I don't know what purple-haired lady's gonna bring up or what Val is going to bring up.
I also have thoughts about Purple Hair Lady.
I know we're getting there.
It's
already. Nah, we got time.
my
Yeah,
second thought,
half hour.
real quick, was Tatiana is also a monk. What will she think if she ever finds out? She's
Honestly,
gonna be as sheltered as you were.
honestly, I'm
so.
picturing Sumiko going to Tatiana because
Oh, poor Tatiana.
Well, I think,
Val and Mary and I went to a brothel and I found out what sex is.
except she doesn't even know it's called that still.
And I found out what patrolling is. Oh, God. Oh, that's how it's gonna come out. Oh, no. And I found out what patrolling is. Tatiana's like, what's patrolling? Sumiko's like, that one time Val and Samaria left the cave and went on patrol. Oh, God.
Yeah, because that's the only other person she knows who's been in a monastery. So
I didn't think everyone was gonna find out so early. Fuck.
I was planning on having a discussion with Tatiana.
Oh, no.
Partly because I feel like
Oh, no.
Jenny wanted to have that discussion with Sumiko.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because she's the mom of the group. So
Yeah, and because Jenny herself is the captain of that ship.
That's true.
This is gonna be and the Dumiko ship.
Plus I feel like she's not gonna go, well, maybe she's probably gonna ask multiple people because she's not gonna know what to do when it comes to Dane. Like, she doesn't know anything about relationships.
Multiple people.
Probably not Loot, though.
Probably not Loot, though.
Probably
Yeah,
not.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, they
Or Varian, no offense to Varian either, but I think she pictures, if she was going to talk to anyone, it would be Tatiana
right,
or Val, because those are the only two people she's had any sort of bonding moment with.
right.
So first it would probably be Val, because
Check that box.
Val's the first person that she bonded with.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was, well, that's not true. I can't remember which one happened first. Because they had their moments sparring.
Mm-hmm.
And they had that 2-month period together, which is why another reason why I think she would go to her. But she's going to ask Val first to get his side of the whole thing without you there.
Mm.
Because she's always curious what he's thinking and why he's doing what he's doing. And then she'll go to Tatiana.
I wonder if she's gonna get a minute of Val alone at this point.
If he wants it,
I think that might
then
be
he'll
tough.
probably get it.
I don't think he's gonna want it, is what I'm saying.
Oh.
After all the purple-haired lady business, I don't think he's gonna want to be separated from the group much at all.
She'll just ask.
So yeah. And then another question I had was for Jenny, if she was going to be here, which was, how is she feeling about all of these things, and could these non-committal answers be a hole in the Valmeria ship letting on water? Is it sinking? In an extremely dramatic fashion, a woman bearing a similar chest stone to a few members of the party appeared at Trixon's shop in search of the shadows. She revealed herself to be somehow related to a darker part of Val's past, which he hadn't yet spoken about with the vast majority of the party. How is everyone feeling about this mysterious stranger?
Don't trust her.
And that goes double for you, Jeff, in the chat. How's Val feeling about the mysterious stranger?
Who is this person? Why do they have 2 colored eyes? How do I get that? I'm just kidding.
Just want the heterochromia so bad.
I think she's interested in her appearance and wondering how that is. Probably never seen someone with 2 different color eyes. And then she doesn't expect Val to be straightforward or not shifty. So, like, the fact that this person came up is just like, oh, this seems like a Val thing.
Yeah.
So, this doesn't, like, it's, like, surprising that this person is here, but it's not surprising that
She has ties to Val.
Yeah, because or like the tie between them doesn't seem surprising to her.
Right.
For whatever reason.
Yeah. Okay. Is there any concern that the chest stones may be tied to the night masks somehow? Because this woman introduced herself by being like, hey, I have the same stone as you, and then immediately went into talking about the night masks with Val.
I don't know. The only piece of information we've gotten about the stone is that it has some celestial air about it.
Right.
Which, to me, doesn't seem like it would have much to do about the night masks, unless they have some celestial air about them. I don't know. I'm more interested in the person that she is and how she looks, because this is why I spoke to her in Draconic. Not the stereotype. She has purple hair. She has colorful hair, and his sister Karina, Dragonborn, which has turned to a dwarf, has blue hair. The color of her scales. When Grimrock ate Karina, he had blue hair. I feel like there was another,
because he's a blue dragon.
Another instance of that happening. But we also found out that there was a dragon hiding in Stonehaven in the form of a person. Like Grimrock, I think. So he was just like, you know what, I'm just going to say something to her and see if she responds. But as Jordan explained it, she gave pause and just kept walking, so.
She seemed to hear it and understand it, though, which was interesting.
I should have shouted back bye in Draconic as well.
But no confirmation, and that's kind of like, how could a dragon be in this situation with this stone, you know?
And with the night masks, I don't know.
Yeah, and with the night masks,
real complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know how Samari's feeling about her. Because she walked in and was like, Val, blah, blah, blah. And like Sumiko, Samari's just kind of like, that seems like a Val thing. That seems appropriate. And then she turned to Samari and was like, you know about this too. And Samari was like, the fuck I do. She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And she's like, you speak Elven and Undercommon. And Samari's like, why do you know that? So she didn't like that she knows. Dirt. Yeah, she didn't like that. And Samari doesn't have any dirt, which was one of the things that was one of the things that Val found so frustrating about Samari, is that she really doesn't have any like dark secrets that can be looked up about her. She's been the way that she is pretty much her entire life, and she's really weirded out that this stranger knows her or has any interest in her at all, because that seems weird. Val's past may be finally catching up with him. Does he plan to involve the shadows in the potential oncoming conflict? How much does he plan to tell them? Is anyone feeling weird about Val having concealed potentially dangerous information?
Nope.
Yeah.
He's done it before.
Yep, there we go. Done it before. Not surprised, but just disappointed.
Yeah, disappointed then?
I mean, this part, you used the love potion on him, and then the mirror, so...
For this purpose, he said, just ask.
Right?
And that's why I phrased it that way when he was like, I don't want to talk about it. And I was like, consider this me just asking.
Yeah.
So please give me the information. You know, a little disappointed. But we haven't really had much time to talk since that last thing. So
that last thing,
not like the last thing, like the love potion
incident. Yeah.
We went straight to
Bisno.
Yeah. So
Kessel
to take care of
Bisno.
Yes.
Yeah. Dang. Any ideas on a strategy for dealing with the mystery person going forward?
Say hello.
Well,
I'm being serious.
Say hello. No, I'm gonna ask her about some stuff that we came across really early campaign, as far as like the stone goes. That was kind of the like OG purpose of us, and now half of us are gone or dead. Yeah. So
I don't have a stone, so
nor do I.
It doesn't really
loot?
interest me as Sumiko.
We haven't been able to get like any information on it, but we've only pursued it like twice, and that's only when we remember. So
I picture it was one of those things where it's not openly visible either.
Yes.
So like,
yeah, it's not.
it's like, oh, I forgot you had that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you get it? Oh wait, you don't know. That's okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like a dangerous thing or something that like needs explaining probably. In her eyes.
Yeah. Samaria is with Val in terms of how they're feeling about the Mystery Lady. Mystery Lady has them very on edge, I think. Samaria's like, this bitch may need to die.
Maybe. If we can.
Potentially.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested to know more
And the
about this
fact that
talk.
Val's freaked out is
Does that get to
reason for
Samaria?
that. Yeah, 'cause she's
Okay.
like, Val's not usually freaked out about things. He's usually so chill.
Val is,
What's going on?
Val is to Samaria as Tatiana is to Virion.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
I
kinda
think
like,
in a lot of ways.
That doesn't normally happen to that person.
Yeah.
Should we be doing something about this?
Yeah. He's malfunctioning. Should we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's normally so collected. He
Mhm.
seems caught off guard by this.
Yeah. Should I also be caught off guard by this? Should we all be caught off guard by this?
Sumiko's gonna be the last one on that train.
Sumiko's gonna be like, wait, the whole group's acting kind of funny.
Yep.
Why is this lady dead on the floor?
It would be more like, oh, this is happening. Okay.
Yeah. Would she jump in?
I don't know if she would jump in immediately. But
Interesting.
if everyone else is doing it, she probably would, which is a terrible thing. But if everyone else is jumping
mean,
off a cliff,
She is.
she may not give it as much thought as she needs to.
But
I mean,
here's the thing.
We're basically gods, so.
I feel we're basically gods. You
I have
who
a
the-
god.
You know who the Critical Role fans in the group are.
If
now.
anything, she'd be like, this is not something we normally do. We don't normally just kill people for
Yeah.
showing up. And then she might be like, Fred!
Yeah.
We're all wailing on this. Well, no,
I mean, that's what happened to
wouldn't
Luke.
do it either.
That's what happened to Loot. He showed up, he
Yeah.
got wailed on.
Yeah.
Well, he was acting funny. So.
Like this lady who just came in and spouted
Was
off
like-
random facts about the most
Yeah.
members of our group.
She's not acting funny though. She's giving information. Luke, complete personality change, is coming after us.
Yeah.
That's different.
I wonder. The jumping off a bridge thing is funny. Because I feel like if Sumiko were to see Val jump off a bridge, she'd be like, yeah, I feel like he calculated how much damage he was going to take on the way down. I could probably safely also jump off this bridge, you know?
Well, and she also, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She would just
The
go
trust
with
is
it.
there. The trust
She
is
does
there.
trust Val, probably the most.
Yeah. All right, last question. Does the party want Trixon to be involved? This is a doozy after what happened with the Locket and the Bisno fight.
Nope. Don't
I
want
knew that was going to be your answer.
If he wants to be involved, he can be involved. If he doesn't want to be involved, he doesn't have to be involved. Sumiko's so neutral.
He did
On
come
most things.
downstairs and say that he wanted to be involved. Or rather, that he deserved to be involved.
And she'd be like, okay, if you want to be
That's
involved,
fair. Yeah.
I'm involved.
Yeah.
I didn't ask to be involved, but I'm involved.
Why doesn't
Join.
Varian want Trixon to be involved?
Because he's a good friend.
Okay.
He doesn't want him to pay for any mistakes that we make. So he's already done his part. More than his part. So
Jeff says Val does not want Trixon involved because it's just one more person he doesn't want in his business. I don't think Samaria wants Trixon involved because I don't think she trusts him at this point. The Locket thing that happened, she's aware that it probably wasn't his fault because who would want to be possessed by a demon? But she also is seeing him now as like, you were a liability before and I gave you a chance. You're a liability now and you're not getting another one. So she didn't want Trixon involved either.
I just want him to have a successful shop.
Yeah.
Stonehaven.
Just stay in
live
your
a
maid
peaceful
shop.
life.
Just stay in your maid shop and be successful. Live well.
That's
Is that
all I
because
want.
Varian lives a little bit vicariously through Trixon?
He lives vicariously through literally everyone.
Yeah.
Because he has no identity.
Awesome.
He was raised by people who are not his race.
Right.
A race that was hunted.
Right.
So he's raised by a high elf. So he has this this is how I should be acting, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that person's really good at combat. I wish I could do that. Man, she seems so nice and innocent. I wish I could do that. Man, they care a lot more about people than I do. Maybe I should try to care a little bit more. And so it's just like a little bit. He's trying to take a little bit from everybody.
A little bit of Val, a little bit of Sumiko, a little bit of Tatiana.
And then Trixon's just like everything.
Yeah.
He's so powerful, magic wise.
So Varian doesn't take any identity in his druidism?
I mean, he inherited that from a gnome he met in the woods.
Yeah.
So.
But he doesn't feel like it defines him at all?
I don't think so. He's already switched his ways. Because he was a moon druid.
Mm-hmm.
And then he died and came back as a white wizard.
Yeah.
I can understand that.
A dream druid. So.
Sumiko's kind of in that same boat.
Hmm.
She doesn't really have an identity either.
Yeah.
Like, she has a power, and she understands that she's had this power for a long time.
Right.
But she doesn't really want the power.
Yeah. It
Right,
was just
'cause
like
it took her
I
away
had
from her
to
parents and her home.
control my destructive tendencies. And
Yep.
now this is me. I'm used as a weapon because I couldn't control my power.
Right, well, I've been explaining to people in the party, but not, like, to the world. But if you've watched Bug's Life, Sumiko is Flick from Bug's Life.
Yeah.
Where she would probably be trying to do something good, and then whoops, I just shot an orb at this window.
Yeah.
That's broken now. That was my fault. Oh no, I should, how do I fix this?
I should fix it. 3 more orbs, yeah.
So, you just can't, she's never comfortable in what she's doing.
Man.
She did a lot of damage as a kid. A lot of damage. Like that, specifically.
She and Sim are gonna kind of, I think,
I
forge
feel
a
like
connection over
they
that.
have more in common too, because like her
Yeah.
parents were also in power.
Not
to as high,
right.
but
Yeah, but still, yeah. They're both the kid who can never really seem to do anything right.
right. Her parents weren't upset though.
Or rather, same.
Yeah, it was just
Same.
like they didn't want.
Because Sim's never done anything wrong. She just, her mom fucked up. So every time anyone looks at her, they're like, oh yeah, that's that girl whose mom fucked up. And she's just like, I have done so much other shit.
I'm the child.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so-and-so's daughter.
Yeah.
Bunch of peasants.
I have a name. Yeah.
Isn't Val's noble too?
Val is technically a higher rank than anyone else in the party. Samaria is technically a duchess. Val is technically a prince.
Loot is a war machine.
Yep.
I am a flower child.
Keeper of flowers and pets.
But her parents were on the council in the town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they made the
PTO.
I feel like they're gonna have to have a talk about that though.
I'm very excited to
I
go
think-
back to Agora.
Yeah.
Or not back to Agora, but to Agora in the first place.
Well, she
Yeah.
left because they were in charge and the whole town wanted her to be, like, banished
Mm-hmm.
for
And
all the trouble.
Or
And
she
they
didn't want them.
they
have
wanted to
fight.
figure out another solution to
Right.
keep me there, so I just left.
Mhm.
So they wouldn't have to make that decision. So I don't know if they're even still in power.
Again,
Maybe they got knocked out of power.
You were Flick once again.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dang.
Send her to go get help. Some bug monsters.
Yes. Comes back with an entomancer, giant insects.
Just insects everywhere.
Comes
Oh,
back with
no.
a giant tree.
Oh no.
That's true.
Comes back with loot, more specifically.
Yeah.
And they're like, what do we do with this? it plays music. Okay.
Every time I do something wrong, I'm like, Luke, play a happy tune.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it's gonna be interesting. Because I do think that if she were ever like, I want to go home, I want to know how my parents are, I want to know how everyone in the town is doing, Samari would be like, completely get that. Totally get that. Let's go to your hometown right now. What should we expect?
Don't know.
And would probably be like, we'll go there, see what's going on with your folks, and then I'll just peace. See you never.
It is very close to your town.
Yeah. This might be happening. That's sad. Especially considering what may be going on with... I would talk about that. Because that feels like it shouldn't be talked about yet. With everything.
Oh.
Yeah. Things that might be happening.
All the possibilities.
Who knows? Man. Alright. I can't really think of any other questions. I don't know if chat has any questions. Can't wait to go to Kangron. You're not going to Kangron. Slow your roll.
We'll go to Kangron first.
Slow your roll down. Go to Kangron first and then go to Agora like missing 3 people. Everyone who's left is like traumatized.
Better reason to go home.
I don't think Jenny's in chat, but I'm really curious about her thoughts about being unconscious this whole time.
I know.
How she was as a viewer, if she's watched or gotten the rundown from Jordan.
I bet she watched.
I'm curious.
I hope so.
Jenny was sick on Sunday, for those of you in the viewers who might not know. How's everyone feeling about Samara's new haircut? You put a flower in her hair. That was super sweet. She really appreciated that. Like, that meant a lot to her. I don't know if that came across, but it did. When you came up and were like, she was like, oh my gosh. She really liked that.
Nice.
I don't know. Sumiko likes your hair.
Everyone was like, that's practical. Yeah.
That's shorter.
Yeah. That's I guess that would help to be not recognized.
Sumiko was definitely not thinking about that. She's like, oh, she cut her hair.
Oh, how nice.
Must have been getting long.
It must have been heavy for you. Ooh.
Were you down in combat?
Yeah.
I'm not dying again.
It's a good reason, actually.
Oh, that's probably part of it. I guarantee a lot of it was like just severely burned, and she was like,
yeah,
I can't do anything with this.
Yeah. Can't comb it because it's cauterized.
I also feel like she would be able to tell that you were like hesitant about liking it. So
she had no way to look at it. And the person who cut it is not a hairstylist by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah.
It's done.
Just Mulan'd it.
Yeah. I mean, hers look good.
Miraculously.
It'd be pretty cool to get your hair cut like that in real life.
With a sword.
And it just fall perfectly.
That sword would have to be sharp. Otherwise it'd be tugging on your hair. That'd be painful.
Just hold it.
Yeah. Damn.
I would do it.
Man of many talents. Uh-huh. That's what Samaria thinks too. I think that's gonna be the end of Insight Check for today. Oh. I see.
Sweet.
What did we...
Wait, is that real?
Maybe?
Is that real?
I'm not sure. We're gonna find out later. Nah.
Oh my god.
It doesn't matter.
That's so scary.
It doesn't matter. Even if it was. I don't really...
At any rate.
I was like, why would we get censored?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Is it because we talked about patrolling too much?
No, we're 18 plus. We're allowed to talk about patrolling all we want.
Yeah. Okay. They don't have any symbols in front of their name, so it seemed pretty real.
I don't think so.
I'll have to take
Also, that's
guys...
a weird Italian username for that to be.
I don't know.
Anyway. You have to what?
I'll have to take you guys by the sausage and eggplant shop.
Oh yeah.
on the way to wherever
Oh
we're
yeah.
going next.
Sausage and eggplants. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some pickles, some cucumbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carrots,
Mm-hmm.
Hot dogs.
bananas,
Hot dogs.
hot dogs. Yes.
Just get some brats.
Hmm. Oh yeah, I do have the little sausage bits for Lily though. I got some of those. Odd
That was
request.
so perfectly timed.
Odd request.
Oh my
I
gosh.
mean, Lily's gotta eat.
I
Can't
think-
let my cat starve.
I think that on that note, we're going to end Insight Check for the week. On sausages and eggplants, we're going to end Insight Check. And just a reminder, we have our giveaway going. My lovely sponsor, Ambient Realms. Our other sponsor is Dungeon Depths. I feel like I should mention my own company every once in a while because I forgot to do so both times that I DM'd. We have that giveaway going, and we will be airing on Sunday, but not live. But we will be in the chat
Yes.
Yes.
talking about ourselves.
I'll have it on in the background.
Yeah.
And the foreground.
In the foreground.
And the mid ground. And the high
Just
ground.
Quietly
What
judging.
about the low ground?
Quietly judging yourself.
No, never the low ground.
Oh. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, and we will see you on Sunday. Sunday, Sunday.
How do we turn
I
this thing
have
off?
to turn it off. Oh no. How? Oh, thank you, Hero of Fallen, for subscribing. You rock, Joseph. We love you.
How do we get?